I spent the last year walking 3 miles almost every day. Hi everyone. I'm just here now to lighten up the mood because I'm filming this after I filmed the first clips. And I have to tell you that I'm filming it before because I actually put this piece of artwork up in my room that you will notice that is not in the rest of the clips in this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my weight loss and the transformation that I made. It's not drastic, but it's something. Because let's be honest, that's why you clicked on this video. That's what I'm titling it. So let's get right into it. Okay, let's take a sip of this first. So the people want to know. I'm a little sick. How did you lose weight? Kira, how did you lose weight? And it's a simple answer, really. I was in a calorie deficit, and that is I was eating less than my body needed. I found the right number of calories that was right for me and that caused me to lose weight, which is what I wanted to happen. But I stopped after 2 months because, I don't know, I wanted to stop like restricting myself because in the past I have had a tricky relationship with food. So I didn't want to get too carried away with it. But yeah, my clothes started fitting me better. I was more confident in my body. Yeah, all the things that you would assume would happen when you are in a calorie deficit and are exercising more than you usually would happened. But yeah, that's like really all I have to say about the weight loss and like exercise aspect of it, because I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. I don't feel qualified to give you like weight loss information or like tips because it's a slippery slope. It's a little dangerous and you really have to be able to navigate your own relationship with your body and relationship with food and stuff like that, and it can just get really tricky. And for me, it just so happened that like the mental health benefits trumped them all, and that's what I want to talk about in the next clip. And please bear with me. I spent the last year walking 3 miles almost every day, and I documented the first month or two of this walking journey that I partook in. So a year ago, I was filming myself every day on my 3 mile walk. I want to give some context as to why I started this challenge journey. Let's rewind a couple years to 2020. Thankfully, had a job all through the pandemic, and I saved up enough money to be able to buy my first car, and I drove across country to move with my sister. We drove from New Jersey to Los Angeles. I was so excited. I worked my ass off to buy the car and to rent an apartment in West Hollywood. And that was my first time moving out of my childhood home, besides college, but like, you're still living at home at that point. Living in LA was something that was very stimulating to me because it was a new place, somewhere that I've never lived before, and is quite the contrast from living in New Jersey. And to put it plain and simple, I was just ecstatic to be living there. Everyone in the New Jersey area moves to New York, but I was not ready to move to New York, so I felt like I belonged in Los Angeles at the time. Let's fast forward to 2022. I have been living in LA for almost 2 years. Eventually, I decided that it was time for me to move back to the East Coast. Moving back home brought up a lot of anxiety for me because I think I had a lot of things to work out, both personally and with my family. It was just a weird time. So at that time, in the middle of 2022, I started experiencing anxiety in such an intense way that I had never experienced before. And the only person that I could really talk to about it and relate to about it is my sister. And so I'm very grateful that I had her during that time. Which leads me into why I did this. Why did I walk 3 miles almost every day in 2023? So moving into 2023, I was still dealing with anxiety and having intense anxiety, which I feel like also manifested into a little bit of a depression. Nice anxiety, depression cocktail. On January 1st, 2023, I got a concussion from snowboarding, and I really think that shook things up
up there, and not in a good way. I think that made me feel more depressed and more anxious than usual because a big symptom of concussions is anxiety and depression. Your brain is literally trying to repair itself. So it made things worse. And I just constantly felt like I was under a gray cloud. I would wake up every morning and I would like be fearful of the day, if that makes any sense. My first thought in the morning was, wow, I hope I don't feel horrible today. I hope I don't feel sad today. I hope I feel like myself again. And I kind of just kept waking up and feeling that way. And it was so weird for me. I feel like I'm talking to my therapist. 30 days goes by and I'm not really feeling much better. I started talking to a therapist. So by the end of the month, I decided that I really needed to start taking care of myself. And I decided that I would start this 30-day walk 3 miles every day challenge. And I did. I walked 3 miles every day. And the goal was just to get myself back to equilibrium, back to normal. And I'm so glad that I did that, because while I was doing it for my mental health, I was also doing it to feel creative again. And I talk about this so much on my TikTok. It was really hard for me to think of video ideas or to get myself to even post on my TikTok account, which I make money off of, is part of my livelihood. So this was just also a way for me to keep creative during a time that I literally did not feel creative. I did not want to pick up a camera. I did not want to think of ideas because I just didn't have the energy to. And to be honest, I was just feeling very unhopeful for my future and for like my career on here, if you even want to fucking call it that. At the end of the month, I kind of was just in this habit of walking and wanting to get my steps in and realizing that physical activity is such a integral part of me and everybody. It really helped me pull myself out of the rut that I was in. So moving into the following months, it became a habit during my week, and I was getting in walks at least 2 to 3 times per week. Eventually, I started feeling like so much better. I don't know if it was my therapist, my walking, my concussion healing itself, but I really started to feel so much better. I'm gonna cry again. I just cry over everything. I really do. And I'm getting my period in probably 2 days. But yeah, eventually, like, I just started to feel like myself again. And it was so gradual. But I'm glad that, like, I kept going and I kept taking care of myself. I still have, like, flashes of anxiety and depression, but, like, it's so temporary and it's so manageable at this point. And I always know that if it gets, like, that bad again, I can just walk and I'm gonna be okay. Overall, my experience of doing this was amazing and, dare I say, life-changing. So those people who are telling you to get your steps in every day, the 7,500 to freaking, I don't know, 12,000 steps a day, they're right, okay? Let's listen to them. And then to wrap all of this up, I had set myself a goal for 30 days to walk 3 miles. 3 miles every day for 30 days. And I did that. And it kept me accountable. It kept me looking forward to tomorrow. It kept me hopeful. It kept me a little bit excited when I did not feel excited at all. And I also used it as a way for me to be creative by recording it and posting it on TikTok for people to enjoy and judge me. It just helped me so much. If you're struggling with your mental health, please reach out to a mental health professional, a therapist, your doctor. I will put resources that I can find down below. And this is just my experience. Life is hard. I'm just happy. Why am I gonna cry again? I'm just happy that I went through something like that, and now I can share it with other people who might also be struggling. So yeah, that's it. But I just want to let you know that it always gets better. Our emotions are temporary. It always changes. Life always changes. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to try to hold myself accountable and set a goal to post a video on here. Once a week is a lot. It's a fucking lot. I hope the beginning of your 2024 is full of really cool things. And I hope that you're resting, because it's winter and we should be resting. And summer's right around the corner. Okay.
You're always talking about leaving. Milk carton, black and white face. Smile vacant for the picture. Parents waiting in the driveway.